Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, The Magical Maven. My name is Heather, and today is a singles love reading for the sign of Taurus, whether it's your sun, moon, Venus, or rising. And this is for the month of November 2019, or for the upcoming month whenever you find it, as it is a timeless reading. So we're going to jump in with the romance angels to kind of see what's going on, or will be going on, in your love life. So far you got flirt. So I'm getting that you need to take more chances. So if you're single, you're looking, you're probably not actively out there. Taurus can be known sometimes being as a homebody sign. So if you're feeling like you're not meeting anyone, it's because you aren't. So you need to kind of get out there. It says extend your lighthearted energy to others. And for some of you, you might have someone that you do like or that you're crushing on, but you're just not like putting yourself out there. So don't be afraid to take a chance. And I'm getting that you need to open up. Okay. You keep shuffling. Sign of Taurus, sun, moon, Venus, rising. Okay. So some of you need to release an ex. With release your ex and let go of control issues. So while I was shuffling, it didn't fall out, but the separation card came out. So for some of you, you could, whether this is someone from a long time ago, or maybe someone you could even be on a break with, or you broke up with, but you still feel like there's a connection, you could get back together. However, it is saying to release them. And that's not to say, like, if you really feel like in your heart of hearts, you're meant to be with them, I'm not saying like, okay, maybe for your particular situation, because this is a collective reading, so you just have to take what resonates. But however, if they're meant to come back at a later date, you still have to kind of clear the energy and move on with your life. And if you're wanting, you're not open maybe to the possibility of someone else because you're carrying around this person from before. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're emotionally still connected to them. Like, you could be like, no, I don't want them back. However, you could still be carrying the burden or weight of what that relationship, put you through, or what it cost you, is what I'm getting as well. So maybe for some of you, it's literally just kind of, trying to heal the wound. It's not necessarily that you still have feelings for them. Or some of you, it could be like, you need to pull the cords, do some energy clearing because they're still in your energy field or attached to you, or vice versa. And let go of the control issues. Control ultimately stems from fear, right? So if you're fearing like whether this person's going to come back or not, or, it's like you're already bringing fear in the connection, and fear and love are opposite vibrations. So whether, again, everyone's going to be different. For a lot of you, this is about letting this person go, but for some of you, it could be, maybe that one day something can happen. However, you still need to do right by yourself and be able to heal your heart and, heal any wounds and clear the energy and let go of this like need to control. And I'm hearing something about like phasing out. So again, it could be like phasing out this person, phasing out a cycle. It's because if we, notice that we have a pattern. So say like, not, to put any judgment on anyone, but say if in the past you've been a kind of a control freak in a relationship, if you keep doing that and you're not learning your pattern or where that's stemming from, you're going to keep being in the same situations. So kind of understanding, okay, this is my pattern. Why did I attract this person? Why was I in this relationship? Kind of looking and being reflective to kind of get to where that wound is, right? And I'm getting like going beyond the mask. So definitely if you feel like you have to portray a certain image, and that's maybe where you're controlling yourself, like you want to pass off like, you're a certain way. I am being drawn to like, or getting like about being brave. So maybe you're putting on a brave face and you're not really showing in the ways that you were hurt. And maybe this is something too where you have to be vulnerable. And that's why you're also not getting out there, because you don't want to do that right now. Okay. So one more card for the sign of Taurus, whether sun, moon, Venus, rising. Free yourself. So this is the time for you to take charge. This is the time for, again, remove that mask, heal that wound, clear that energy. you know, allow yourself to be free. And I'm getting for some of you, this is like a first time thing, meaning that maybe you went from one relationship to the next that was the same old, where, and it didn't work out for you, it didn't work, and you're like, why do I keep getting in these relationships? Okay, well, again, you know, everyone's going to be different, but you have to kind of look on your patterns. But free yourself. That's like a huge thing. Like, and again, like, I know this is singles love reading, you know, it's not always what you want to hear. You know, you probably want to hear, oh, this person's going to come into my life, they're going to be, you know, the love of my life, whatever, and what have you. But sometimes what comes through is what you need to hear. You know, you need to do this work in order to eventually bring someone new in, right? So it's nothing to feel, you know, bad about. It's nothing, you know, it's just, we all have, you know, our issues, you know, or we all have wounds that we need to heal from, or work that we need to do. So I'm actually going to go to the Heal Yourself Oracle deck right now to kind of see, you know, maybe the root cause. Because getting to the root cause, then you could try to heal it once and for all. Because you could say, oh, well, I attract this person, but okay, why did you do that? You know, it's like a deeper thing. What does Taurus need to work on healing? Self-sabotage. Okay, I was getting something about putting your eggs in one basket. So this could be something too where you might want to sometimes be in a committed relationship so much that you could always project. And again, this isn't for everybody. This is just something that's coming through. Project something onto someone and you're like, okay, like, we're going to have this because you want something stable, you want something grounded, and you're like, and I'm getting kind of settling in a sense, and then you put your eggs in that basket because you're like, okay, well, I think this is going to pan out. And then when it doesn't, you're like, well, I thought I controlled the situation. I thought that I picked this right person or situation for it to work out. And, you know, like the right conditions, when really you weren't doing yourself any favors because you were just kind of ultimately settling. Again, that's not going to be for everybody, but for some of you, that's something that's coming through for me. And yeah, self-sabotage. So maybe with the, oh my God, what's that song? Okay, there's an Aerosmith song called, I think it's Amazing, and he's like, I kept the right ones out and the wrong ones in, or like, it's the very beginning of the song. I haven't heard it in a while, but I'm getting that. So maybe self-sabotage, you know, someone that you really do like or that you have feelings for, maybe you push aside because it's a control thing, right? It's like, okay, no, I could be hurt because this person I actually am interested in. So you self-sabotage it, and then you go to someone that can make you feel, you know, it's safe. You know, you're like, okay, I'm going to be with them because, you know, they're not going to leave me, or they're not going to do this, that, or the other. And, you know, they don't have control over me. So again, it's like, you know, you have to kind of let go of this need to control, the self-sabotage. Because again, like at the very beginning, I said for some of you, like someone, but you're not taking that chance. And this is where maybe that self-sabotage is coming through, because even if you had a shot with them, you might just end up messing up because you know, this is something and you conditioned. And that's not to say, like, I mean, I do believe whatever and whoever's meant for us, you know, will always come to us or work out at some point. So if someone's really meant for you, you know, it's like, in a sense, can you really mess up, you know? But sometimes maybe these people are along our path or for our lessons and for our growth. So maybe even if this crush isn't someone that is going to be someone you actually have a relationship with, but maybe even if you did so-called mess up with them, it's really, they could be placed on your path to help you deal with this. So you can eventually get to the point where you could be in, you know, a loving, healthy partnership. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, one more card for the sign of Taurus for Heal Yourself. Okay, well, 2 came out, Say What You Mean and Pride. So remember what I said about wearing a mask? So you probably, I'm getting like you shelter yourself in ways. And again, like for some of you, like I said at the very beginning, you know, you're not getting out there. But also it's like, you know, you're wearing this mask, this protection because of pride, of ego, because you don't want to, you know, be at a loss of control. And so like, you don't really speak your truth, because it's all under the surface, what you really feel. And I'm also getting, for some of you, you're disconnected from how you're really feeling. It's because you're so used to this portrayal that you have. Again, I'm not judging anyone. I'm just getting what's coming through. And obviously, if this does resonate for you, this is just to help you, right? Okay, so we're going to look at the Lover's Oracle for some messages for Taurus. Okay, so yes, you got the healing card. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. So, you got the card of healing. You do need to do some healing, and there's no shame in that. There's a lot of power in knowing, okay, this is a wound I have. This is something I need to heal from, and how can I do it? And then working towards that. Healing isn't an easy, peaceful, beautiful process. It can be beautiful, but definitely there's going to be a lot that you go through. But in the end, it is worth it. It is rewarding. Because if you are wanting love, obviously you're watching the singles love reading for a reason. So if you're wanting that, you have to do your work. And that's, for anybody, it's like if you have these blocks, if you're living from a place of fear, like I said, you're not going to be in a healthy, loving, committed partnership. There's things that are going to go sour, or you're end up going to be settling. It's, it's not going to be what you're wanting. You want to do your work. You want to heal. Okay, and then we have look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. So for me, what I'm getting from this is that your person is out there. So whether, like you've met them or not, you know them or not, like spiritually, like as souls, like you will meet someone in divine timing. So this is your divine counterpart, your soulmate, twin flame, whatever, label. It's like they're out there somewhere, but again, you have to do this healing work first. Okay, so we're going to do the Black Moon astrology cards. Okay, so see maybe what signs come up or any other messages for my sign of Taurus. Okay, so we got the first house, the body. So the first house of the zodiac is the self. So again, this is all like, you need to do some focusing on yourself and self-reflection, and to get to, these, deep within yourself, to get to the core issues, to the wounds. And 11th house, friends. So if you're wanting connection, what I'm getting from this is that, it's like, instead of placing your focus on a romantic relationship, first focus on yourself. And then also like look to the people who do surround you, like your friends, your family, others who, could uplift you and guide you and support you. Because I feel like for some of you might not feel, I don't know, I'm getting connectable or connected. So yeah, definitely it's maybe like this is where right now it's better for you to be friends. And this could also be about whether there's someone you're interested in. So whether they are a friend, or maybe it's just about you befriending them first while you're doing your work. Because right now, like with the cards that come up, these aren't romantic cards. It's more about the self. And then also the 11th house does deal with our dreams, our aspirations, our hopes. So again, turning it inward and like, what are you wanting out of life, and making yourself happy first, because you have to be whole within before, again, like this is, it's like two halves can't be a whole. It's like you have to be whole within yourself and find someone else who's also whole within themselves and done their healing work. And again, I know that's not everyone wants to hear. It's just, and then, and if, there's a bunch of different readers, and, however, like when I do my readings, I always do it, as first and foremost as a healer and as a reader second. So, if this isn't your kind of reading, I understand, but this is just how I'm always going to tell you what comes up, and I'm always going to try to help you take this guidance and heal and learn from it. It's like, to me, cards aren't just about, it's not like a fortune telling thing. I'm not here to, map out your future. I'm here to give you, clear channeled guidance, and hope that will help you along your path. Okay. Oh my God, it's funny. So I'm shuffling from the archetype cards. I didn't ask for anything yet, but then the guide fell out. So exactly what I was just telling you. Like, this is, you know, your guide. And again, if this doesn't resonate for you, then you know that, okay, you know, check out your other placements in your chart. But if this resonates, that was just confirmation that, yes, this is something guiding you. You were drawn to this video for a reason. Okay, so for archetypes, typically I was using this to see if, like, what person you're dealing with. But for most of you, again, it was like a past person or someone you're interested in that's a crush, but this is all very more self-focused and healing-wise. So I'm going to pull an archetype card for you. So, and these cards will say a light and a dark attribute. So anyone who's watching, you know, with Taurus in their chart, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, what's an archetype card for them? Okay, so we have Messiah, Samaritan, and Student. Okay, so definitely with the Student card, this is maybe a time of, again, like, this is a time of learning for you. You know, taking from what has happened in your romantic life and kind of studying it and your patterns and realizing, okay, this is why I went through this is why I went through that, this is why I attracted this person and that, and so on and so forth. And just being a student of life and opening your eyes to things maybe you didn't see before. With the Samaritan and Messiah, for some of you, you might be called to a higher purpose, meaning you could be a light worker, you might have work that involves other people, you know, here. And it may be, for some of you, you're not opened up to that yet, and maybe some of you are. But again, this is where it's like showing a focus. So for some of you already, you know, on the healing path, you are a healer, you are a light worker, you know this. This is just a focus for you right now. This is what, and not to, you know, try to be someone's messiah or save anyone, but like more of this healing aspect for yourself. And, you know, when you do your own healing work and you turn your own light on and shine your, you know, light on, then it's like by you doing your healing work, you're then able to help others by being a healer yourself. So, and if for those of you, like I said, you know, aren't familiar with this, you know, this could be something that's still you're awakening to. And again, for some of you, it might not resonate. It might be more about the student. And I'm getting for some of you, like with the Samaritan, like when it comes to, like, you could be a very helpful person, like, and especially with the 11th house friendship card, maybe you're someone that all your friends are in partnerships and, you know, you're like the single one, but you're, you know, always someone can count on. And maybe that's where, you know, it's like you don't understand why you don't have your person or counterpart because you feel, you know, you're like, oh, I'm so helpful or I'm so kind. And not to say that you aren't those things. It's just, you know, there's a bigger picture you need to look at. Okay, so what other cards? Okay, we're gonna look at the Gilded Tarot. So for Taurus. So with this healing work, okay, so we have 4 of Swords. So definitely allowing yourself a break. For some of you, you know, it's like maybe you put a lot of pressure on yourself. And this could be like in the workplace, this could be, you know, career. Again, this could be with people in your life, like friendships, family. And, you know, you need to honor yourself and take that time out for your self-care and self-love. And also this, like, about, again, like I said earlier with the self-reflection, you know, you just need some downtime because in our, you know, society, it's like there's all these distractions, right? So if we're constantly being bombarded with this, that, and the other, and we don't have time, like a, you know, like a quiet downtime by ourselves to get in touch with our intuition, to our higher self, you know, it's like we don't, you know, it's very easy not to pick up on certain things because we're just in this rat race called life. And it's like, no, you need some time on your own, you know, quiet time, you know, whether, you know, you meditate or not, but it's like you need this time for you to get some clarity. So I'm gonna look, let's see. Okay, yeah, for some of you, definitely, I feel like, you know, you're trying to build more of your financial situation, your work situation, home life. And maybe you've built this up where you're like, okay, well, I've done all this. I'm ready for someone to come in because I have everything else. And that's good and great and all, but again, like, you still have to do your healing work. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, again, like, this is definitely obtainable for you, like, in the future, having what you're wanting as far as a partnership, a marriage. And it's just, again, it's just kind of getting there, you know, like, it's like from 2 to 10. There's, you know, like, still some steps in between that you need to take. Okay, so any other messages for Taurus about trying to heal? Okay, the 3 of Swords. Again, you know, this past heartbreak. So whether, you know, you consciously are, you know, like, in the physical crying about this or upset about this, because, you know, if something has happened from a while ago and we've accepted it, you know, we've repressed it, you know, we feel sometimes, oh, I'm healed from this because I'm not crying about it anymore. I'm not emotional about it anymore. Or, you know, I'm detached to it now. Well, that doesn't mean you've healed. Okay, that just means that you've accepted things or you've repressed it. Again, you know, healing is not an easy process. It's not. And it's not to, you know, again, it's rewarding, you know, is worth it. It's just, it takes a lot, you know. So just be compassionate with yourself. And again, like, you know, the only one who can remove these swords from your heart is you, because someone else isn't going to just come in and fix it or save the day or, you know, heal your heart. You know, it's like, it doesn't work like that. You know, we all have to heal ourselves. Okay, so I'm going to just pull cards for the future once you do your work. Again. Oh, that was too many. Okay. So actually I'm being guided to not going further just because we're looking at the next upcoming month. It's more really highlighted about taking this time for you, taking a time out and kind of reflecting, doing your healing work. And for some of you, I'm getting like, it's not to not be open to love. It's just for a lot of you, again, it's like this healing, this inner healing work is what's highlighted. And for some of you, it's going to be easier than others depending on where you are at in your journey. For some of you, you know, it could, you know, be choosing to try to get out there more, be more social. But again, like, even if you met someone tomorrow, you still have some healing that needs to be done first. So yeah, I hope that helps. Again, like, you know, feel free to watch, you know, your sun, your moon, your Venus, and rising to kind of get like a complete story. Also, you know, if this didn't resonate for you, you know, check out your other signs because maybe, you know, your rising or your Venus could make more sense. You know, this is a collective reading, so I could only, you know, pick up so many energies. I didn't mean to say pick on. I'm not picking on anyone, obviously. Like, this is all just, you know, trying to be of service and of help. So, take what resonates and feel free to like, share, subscribe to my channel. And if you want to check out my other videos as well. So I send you all love and light. Bye.